and this is my mum Julie.
Hello, I'm Lucy's mum, and welcome to another episode of Awkward British Problems. Based on the book Very British Problems by the splendid Mr. Rob Temple and his Twitter account @SoVeryBritish and the Channel 4 series Very British Problems. Today we are going to be talking about driving the car and being in a taxi or a cab.
Yeah, lots of potential for awkwardness.
Yes, indeed.
The first one is thanking someone for beeping at you when you fail to notice that the lights have changed.
Oh, I do that. I look in my mirror and I go, thank you, all the time, thank you.
That's right, it's very meek, isn't it?
You like to show that you're really pleased that they've taken the time to tell you that the lights have changed because you haven't noticed it. You don't get cross, you just thank them. That's very kind of them.
That's right. If anything, they've done you a favour, haven't they?
Yeah. I don't know if the Americans, for a start, would react in the same way. I'm trying to think of our husband.
Yeah, not those Americans.
No.
Let us know. Are you American or from any other country? How would you respond to this situation?
The next one is turning to frown and mutter bloody hell when somebody overtakes you and they're going over the speed limit.
You don't want to make it seem like you were the one going too slow. So you have to critique them for their speed. You have to emphasize, okay, this isn't my fault.
Yes, and that you're angry that somebody's got the audacity to overtake you when you are doing right up to that maximum speed limit. My dad. Well, this is a whole series, not just an episode.
Yes.
But anyhow, in this particular case, my dad will be like, ugh, he won't get there any quicker.
Sounds just like that. The next one is flashing your lights to thank a fellow motorist just in case they fail to notice your wave, your thumbs up, your nod, the friendly toot of your horn to thank them. You know, you have to make sure that people realise that, you know, you are being very, very grateful for whatever it is that they've done, letting you in or whatever it is.
Yeah, exactly, because you'd hate it if they didn't realise that you were very thankful for this generosity of theirs. Not a lot of generosity goes on in America, I've noticed.
They don't let you in.
They don't, you know.
Guys, why not?
You're in the wrong lane and you're trying to get in.
I must say, you know, from that perspective, UK drivers are more friendly.
Yes.
Because they might make a grumble about it, but they will let you in.
They will.
If you're in the wrong lane.
But in fact, American drivers speed up.
You know, you never know when it's going to be you needing to get across.
I know. A little bit of consideration on the road.
I think so. It makes it all go smoother, doesn't it?
It does.
And because you're British, so you'll get a lot of thanks.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It'll be the wave, the toot, the flash.
Yeah.
Okay, I find it a little bit embarrassing, as most Brits do, when you actually get a taxi. Because you kind of think, well, do I sit in the front, do I sit in the back sometimes? If it's a car, I always sit in the back anyhow.
Oh yeah, me too.
It's a bit forward. I mean, you know, if it's a male taxi driver and you're up front, no way. And the other thing is, you know, after you've said the initial, been busy today, then silence, because you don't know what else to say afterwards.
Oh yeah, but I like that though. I'm one of these people, I don't like when my taxi driver keeps talking to me. That probably sounds very unfriendly, doesn't it?
It does.
But it's very awkward small talk, and a lot of people when they drive taxis don't have a lot of boundaries. You know, they might cover things like politics or religion.
That's a no-no.
And you can't escape.
No,
if it's something you disagree with, you're stuck there like, oh no.
And you don't want to disagree with them because, you know, you don't know how they're going to react.
That's true.
You don't want to get them angry either when they're driving
true.
you. But having said that, like if I order a car to pick me up from London, from the airport to the railway station at King's Cross, I've had some super taxi drivers from all over the world originally.
Oh yeah.
And I'm quite good at talking to people.
Mum will talk to anyone, and I think that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, we've had some lovely chats.
I mean, sometimes it's nice, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm more for the chat.
No, I quite like to zone out when I'm in a car. I must admit I'm one of those people. But I will oblige, and if they do make conversation with me, I'm not going to shut them down.
No, quite. Well, so we do differ on that slightly.
Yeah, that's right. Let us know, are you a talker or are you a headphones on and staring at your screen kind of person in a taxi? The next one is saying, anywhere here is fine when the taxi is directly in front of your front door.
You always say it. Anywhere here's fine.
Yeah.
Why do you do that?
I don't know, because you don't want to seem like you're ordering them about, I suppose.
I know, and also you don't want to inconvenience the taxi driver, because if it's difficult to stop, right next to your house or wherever you're going, you want to give them the opportunity to, have a good parking space for them. Do not inconvenience them, so that, if you've got to walk a bit extra, it's okay.
Doesn't matter, does it?
No. I think us Brits are kind of worried with taxi drivers, with waiters, with anyone who's doing something for us, that we don't appear to be, Lady Mark. And, and rude and arrogant and talk down to them. So we make the point of going just the opposite.
Very grateful.
Yeah, and we don't want to inconvenience
them.
them.
Even though they're doing their job, it would be awful if they thought that you were ordering them about.
I know.
I think that's why we do that.
I'm ever so appreciative if they actually go to the boot and get my cases out for me.
Well, that's always a nice touch.
Looking a little bit, especially my case, after I've travelled from here to the UK.
Probably about double your weight.
Yeah, usually they're very obliging.
They are.
Give them a nice tip.
And they probably don't want you to bang your suitcase against their car.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, or fall inside the boot, Awkward.
Very awkward.
Very awkward British problem, that. Yeah. Nowadays I think women are we're much more independent. We want to do stuff for ourselves. And I used to be very much like that, Oh no, I can lift that bale of cement. That's a bale of cement. I can lift that bag of cement or peat, no problem, or that huge plank of wood. But my friend Kim,
shout out to Kim,
pointed out to me, oh God, this is going to sound awful, but pointed out to me that gentlemen actually enjoy and get a kick out of doing something for a woman. Yeah, and they're ever so pleased that they've been helpful. But I have to say, I've noticed that is true.
Well, I suppose it makes people feel like they're... I don't want to say what I'm thinking.
Oh God, say what you're thinking, Lucy. Let's get loads of horrible comments.
Yes, a little bit controversial with the gender roles, but it might make them feel like a man if they can help out a lady.
Yeah, and
like they're useful.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. There's nothing wrong with gentlemanly behaviour, is there? I don't think as women we should, we're going off subject, but I don't think we should think, oh, don't hold that door open to me, that's treating my gender differently. I think it's really gracious. I would hold a door open for a man.
That's just polite, isn't it?
And if there was a man who was elderly, say, I would help lift his shopping.
Yeah.
So I think it's not such a gender thing after all, it's just being...
Maybe not.
I don't know
if it's just my generation or just the men that I've come in contact with, but most of the time I have to do my own lifting.
Well,
I'm probably taller than most of the men.
Well, that's it. I know, yeah. They're probably down here, tiny little things, and there's this Amazon woman like, it's alright, I'll get this.
I know, probably now she can do it herself.
Yeah, that's probably me. I look a little bit more frail now.
Yeah, maybe.
Do the look.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice when anyone offers to help.
I agree. Yes, I agree. Yes. What do you think?
Yeah, let us know. Oh gosh. Oh, are we talking about taxis?
Yeah. You Uber a lot.
Yeah, I do Uber a lot, yeah. And I usually end up talking to them about my next upcoming play and trying to promote that. Do you like the theatre?
Have they ever said no?
They've always taken the leaflet. Yeah, well, if I'm going to have the conversation with the taxi driver, might as well go for it.
Yeah.
Just trying to think if I've had any hilarious encounters. 2 Uber drivers out here have told me that I sound like Russell Brand. Which I don't. It's a totally different accent. I mean, I don't dislike Russell Brand at all, but I don't sound like him.
I think he's a good actor, actually.
I like him.
I do like him. He's so kind and so funny.
He'll do anything to help out, won't he?
Yeah. Oh, it's funny that 2 of them have said that.
2 of them have said that. Yeah, I don't know if that's their point of reference for British people, maybe. But do I sound like Russell Brand to you? Let us know.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would actually, yeah. I think most people in the UK tend to do this, but people who do not indicate when they're turning right or left.
It's just a flick of the finger, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a flick of the finger if they don't do it, I can tell you.
I must say, I'm a pretty mellow driver. I tend to be a bit passive-aggressive, maybe. I'm like, oh, don't mind me, darling, I'll just wait. That's my kind of attitude. I don't get full-on road rage.
No, I don't. I don't never get out of the car and...
Oh, no! Gosh!
Oh, gosh. But I may tut a lot and mouth some naughty words and do a sign.
So that's the end of today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, perhaps you can give it a like, you can leave us a comment, you could maybe share it with your friends. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel. We'd love you so much if you did.